What's up? I'm Lamark.
And I'm Chelsea.
And we're the hosts of Lamark After Dark. We got a live show June 20th at Club Lambda. That's Club Lambda in Brooklyn. Make sure you guys buy your tickets right now. Preferably VIP, don't get cheap, bitch. And, yes, the VIP comes with 2 drinks. You get a VIP little section to vibe out. You get a comfortable seating. You won't be in the garden. It's going to be fucking lit. We got DJ Self DJing the world famous DJ Self.
You know what it is. It's the Guinevere DJ Self, live in New York City.
Just to make this.
We got dope performances.
From the block.
In the spot with all the scammers and the shooters.
Where they at?
Start a storm with my money making crew.
Where they at?
With my niggas with the rubber band stack.
Where they at?
Melly.
System misdemeanors never scared us. Niggas busy getting bands off of Santander. Got a white bitch facing lines like stanzas. Cause I pop locked all alive like dancers.
And Kendrick.
Breaked up, I'm dripped out. I'm only moving forward, so it's click now. Play my shit loud. Go in, take a toe, breathe. Bless me when I sneeze.
So make sure you guys tune in and check out the tickets right now on Eventbrite. It's gonna be fire. You get a chapter of my book, which exposes my secret.
Doing a DJ set. So
With
come
dancing, it's gonna be fucking fire. June 20th, Club Lambda. Buy your tickets right now.
You are now tuned in to
Lamark After Dark.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Lamark After motherfucking Dark. I said I wasn't gonna do that, but we're still doing it.
We're still doing it. What the fuck is up?
Exactly.
We love to say that.
I'm a little hoarse, but I'm still here because
Don't you guys like his voice a little
shit
raspy?
don't change. The hustle still hustles, and the bomb shit has to still drop. So, But it was a very serious episode though today. It's about mental health and about we're still gonna have fun and make it messy because I feel like our show is like a good mess.
It's a mixture between fun and still keeping it real.
Right. Yeah. Like a Dave Chappelle skit.
Yeah.
No.
No.
See? You see? All right. I don't want to. That's a horrible segue. Well,
today
we have a special guest here. He is a social worker. He's a therapist, and he is, they them is an icon. Welcome, Shahem, to Lamark After motherfucking Dark. So, Shahem, first of all, let's go to your background. Like, where are you from? And let's start there.
Okay. I'm originally from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I'm from down the hill specifically.
Nice. So, what made you want to start? Get me into how you got to therapy and social work.
You know what's so funny? Everyone asked me this question, but I never wanted to be a social worker or a therapist. I was actually adamantly against it, even when I went to school for social work. I started out as a community organizer, and I've been organizing since I was in high school. And because of that, I wound up crossing paths with so many social workers, and one of them I met Agatha. So shout out to her. She put a bus full of people together and took them to go protest for DACA rights. And I was just like, how did you do this?
Right.
And she was like, I'm a social worker. She was a community social worker. That inspired me to go to get my master's in social work. And I went to NYU and so many things happened.
Shout out to the master's.
Very long story. But I wound up being put in the path of my mentor, Dr. Linda LaSalle Bryant. And she, when I was graduating, she was like, because I was like, I'm about to go hit the streets again and start organizing. I was trying to do admin stuff. And she said, nah, you gotta get your boots on the ground with the people. And she actually connected me to my first therapy job. And once I started, I was doing preventative care for foster care, preventative stuff. And when I tell you, it just clicked into place, and it really was such a natural fit for me. And I just have not stopped since. And I've actually leaned so heavily into this profession because I truly enjoy it. It feels natural for me.
And it's much needed. We definitely need representation in that field.
What would you say are some of the top things that you enjoy about what you do?
Seeing people develop and grow in such positive ways. I'm specifically a trauma therapist. So seeing people process like years of trauma, it's a healing experience even for me. I'm witnessing people grow. And I learned so much about myself through helping other people. I see so many parts of humanity, and it just is such a lesson for me. Like I'm constantly like having to like examine myself in order to do the work. So it's like super helpful for me personally, as it is helpful for the people I work with.
I mean to book you. Because,
Yeah.
I
think all of us need a little shot session.
How was your experience at NYU?
Takes a sip.
I did my research, so I just wanted to.
Oh God,
Yeah.
you're gonna get them to sue me.
Uh-oh.
I had a very terrible experience there. They were extremely racist, to the point where we had a whole feud in the media because they kept releasing statements. I was releasing statements. I had a classmate of mine send me an email that said they didn't want like a black person in the classroom, and they tried really hard to silence me, and I'm not the silent type, as y'all can see. So I talked about it very publicly, and it caught like a little bit of fire, and it was like a lot of tension. I mean, I met some of the best people I've ever met in my life there. Don't get me wrong, like my mentor, like my advisor, some professors, some classmates, like they were really wonderful. But the entire institution, it was a very racist experience, including some of my classmates. I mean, I had one of my classmates tell me that she fantasized randomly, mind you, unprovoked. She said she fantasized about whispering the N-word in a black man's ear while she's climaxing.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What kind of...
No, I mean, it was a lot of stuff like that. Like, it was, and I was the only black male in my cohort. So it was a lot of people, like, kind of projecting that onto me because they were so uncomfortable with my presence. So it was a lot of that.
What made you speak out? Because I know a lot of people NYU is a really big organization. Like that's so what made you give you the courage to speak out?
I'll be honest. I think it's just a part of my nature. I don't really like to take things laying down. I have been through so much shit in my lifetime that I absolutely refuse to allow anything to put a boot on my back. That's part of why I operate how I do. I'm very loud about who I am. Like I've literally, like I show up to work in a do-rag every day faithfully. And I've quit jobs because they were like, do you think like that you showing up like this, like fully black as hell, grills and all, like, do you think it's limiting how you can grow in this profession? And I have connected with people in ways that so many other people struggle because they don't show up authentically.
Right.
I refuse to be silent.
Mm-hmm. The energy is just very,
Yeah.
it's just very like take it or leave it.
Yeah,
and I appreciate
love
that. And I think, yeah, me too.
That's so bold because I think so many of us have that issue, when you're a person of color or let's be it, when you're black in the workplace and you have a profession that we don't necessarily have that much representation in, when you're truly showing up as your authentic self, a lot of people take that like as an intimidation factor, like, oh, why does he? Because like they expect us to, come in suppressed a little bit, not really fully being who you are. So I think that just is so bold that you walk in there like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to hit this goal. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to, authentically be myself while helping others authentically, be able to express themselves to you. And you've learned over time that works better. And I just think that that's super dope. I love when people, kind of press back because, and that's why we have little things like, the crown laws and little things coming about where you can't tell people like, oh, just because you have on something particular that you're not a professional or you're not good enough to do this job. You've probably made so many black and brown people feel comfortable walking in there. And I'm proud of you for that. So keep doing that
applause.
shit.
Just applause.
Yeah.
You can't hear it this time. So you did therapy and social work. What made you want to do both?
So social work is like one of the avenues to get into therapy. I started out as I wanted to be a macro social worker, which is like a community social worker. Like I said, I was an organizer first. Like I helped to grow programs in Baltimore from like 9 people to 450. Huh?
I love the accent.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I don't have an accent, but like I do know.
Low key, you do. Yeah. Low key.
I really don't though. Like, and I really do love it. And this is how white supremacy works because I had a teacher tell me like I'm not gonna get far with my accent, so I kind of like trained myself out of it. But I did used to, hot dog to you, my
Yeah.
people, love my people down.
I love
Yeah,
it.
we like it.
Yeah, they're like, you, prove. I like listening to Just Talk sometimes because she's from Baltimore, and I just love it. It's one of the underrated accents in my opinion.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just like different things that make somebody them.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's fire.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Like
You're good.
What were you saying? Social. Yeah, you were saying social work is part of therapy.
Yeah. So like psychology, social work, counseling, like they're just like nursing even, like there are so many different pathways to being a therapist. This is just mine. I do really like value the systems and structures that we exist within. And I love that social work focuses on not just the person as an individual,
Right.
but how that person is impacted by the things outside of them. And like I said, I wanted to do system stuff so that like being able to pair that with what I do is really important to me. Like I bring in a lot of context from the world around us when I'm even working with people.
Right.
Like you're not just experiencing loneliness, you're experiencing loneliness because we live in a society that has so many layers to it that like kind of encourage that loneliness. It profits off that loneliness. So how we can combat that is something that is like really cemented in like the theory around it just as much as it is like practices that we can do every day. Like I work in layers with people.
Are you pricey? Because I might need to book you. Because I feel like this is
What insurance you take?
yeah right. Because no, that's definitely dope. I know you said you were working with foster care as well, and I feel like foster care doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like
It's a tough.
it's very tough.
Yeah.
So speak to us about that, like working with foster care and how important that is for you.
Yeah, so that's part of why I didn't want to be a social worker, actually. I was in foster care when I was a kid. Like, I did a stint there, and it was really, like, hard. I was in kinship care, but it was tough. And I know how, like, violent the system can be. So I started out doing preventative work, preventing families from getting swept up in the system, doing family therapy. And then I eventually wound up doing, like, therapy for foster kids. And it is hard. These kids are subject to so much bullshit.
Right.
Excuse my language.
No, curse.
We are very vulgar.
Yeah, it's very.
No,
Don't hold
these
back.
kids are
Vulgar,
subject to so much bullshit. Like, and the bureaucracy that goes into these agencies make it really hard to keep good people who really love and care about the kids. Like, I genuinely love and care about those kids, but the agency that I was at, like, they didn't like that I had social media at all. And it was like I had to choose, like, between my freedom to exist outside of my job and, like, the job itself. And I had to choose myself because they were punishing me for even existing online.
But I think you going through that also helped you for like the career path that you're in now. I feel like it's also really good to like speak to someone who's been through the same things you're going through. So I feel like that's really dope that you decide to do that. So shout out to you for that alone, because I know that foster care, I'm sure, is hard in itself. So
Love a trailblazer.
yeah.
I just love when people don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just love authentic people that are just like, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want to do. And I'm going to do it my way. I don't have to conform to that.
Yeah.
And earlier when you came in, you said specifically now that you're working with trauma therapy, how has that been? And like, what do you do to basically, as you're helping, people in therapy and counseling other people, what do you do for yourself as you go through, the motions with your clients and your patients?
So, I mean, I'm human. We are all human. I have, like, my lows. I have my highs. I have to take care of myself. Like, I think the number one thing I can do as a therapist is not be a hypocrite. Like, I cannot talk to people about using tools and leaning on community and doing all of the things if I don't do it myself. I have a really good therapist. Shouts out to her. And I have to take care of myself. That's practically it. I specifically do EMDR, which is like a specific modality that it's not talk therapy. It's like a trauma therapy that is intense, but I do that as well for myself, as well as I do it for my clients. So you have to like go through the process of healing in order to help other people heal themselves. Like that is pretty much my strategy. I have an extensive toolkit. I try to keep my my loved ones informed. I have a really close circle of people who uplift me all day, every day, support everything that I do. I have to tune out the rest of the world from time to time because being public is a little hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a balance.
I can imagine it's hard, but once again, like just you putting that out there and people having access to something, a free resource they can click on their page. They know they follow you. They might need some motivation. Somebody might need to be talked down off of something, and there you are. You know, that's what. Our guests this season are just amazing.
Yeah, they really
fucking amazing. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Right. Fucking freedom. All right. God damn it.
Yo, the voices, the sound effects. So not only are you like a strong voice for the Black, but you're also for the LGBT community. Like, let's talk about that as well. Like, how important is that for you to be impactful for that community and having that voice and being representation in that?
Shouts out to the Alphabet Mafia, y'all. Shouts out to my people. So
how you doing?
I actually have a queer nephew and niece. They are, I love all my nieces and nephews, let me be clear, but like they are a big motivation for me to be as like vocal as I am. I was the first person in my entire family to come out as like gay. So I like kind of made like some shifting, like I'm a lot of the first in my family, the first to go to college, all of the things. But every level I enter, I leave a door open for people behind me, especially my nieces and nephews. My goal is to try my hardest to be a representation for any queer kid who is stuck somewhere like in the hood like I was, who don't know what they're going to do next in their life, that there are other options outside of the limits that we have been taught like our entire lives. Like my goal is to open that space up for other people.
That's really dope. You saying that made me thought like, damn, I think I was the first one that came on my family too.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That's a really big pill to swallow though. Wow.
It's a lot
You
of
are
pressure.
a bold fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's really your calling. It's just like being bold and being brave.
Just breaking barriers.
Yeah, breaking barriers.
that need to be broken though.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
It has its drawbacks, but it's
Oh,
worth it.
absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
It's never easy.
Yeah. But I mean, leaders never get,
Yeah.
the good stuff. So also I got this quote from Dawn. Shout out to Dawn Richard. She was saying that people don't really fuck with it. Like they never see the vision until like maybe you're dead or like maybe something happens to you. Like they don't get it until it's too late or something happens. Like that's
Absolutely. That's why so many of our favorite like artists and things like that don't become relevant until after they're gone. Look at Basquiat. Look at was it Picasso, I believe? Like didn't really become relevant until after, he went freaking insane and went away. But I think that's what's so cool about our generation is we're very big on giving people their flowers while we can.
For sure.
And bringing light to things while we can.
Speak to that?
Absolutely.
I mean, I love my generation, like, too. Like, it's just, I will say that is something that I was literally thinking about this on the way here, which is so funny. Because I often am, like, subject to a lot of dogpiling on the internet. When you challenge social norms, like, which I have in so many ways, and I get it, like, some people don't agree with everything that I say. Some of the pills that I dish are hard to swallow. I get it. But I actually do think it is, like, very much that. Like, I have been disrespected by people who quote me bar for bar. And I mean, that is actually, like, something that happened recently where it's like you are quoting everything. Like, you're quoting my shit while you're talking shit about me. But that is... I have to accept that is going to be a part of like this whole thing where it's like some people are just never going to understand who you are or what you did and how you contributed until it's too late. There are people who really do support and uplift me though. Like shouts out to everybody. Like people see me. Like shouts out to Keke Palmer. Like people see me. But like, there are a lot of people who don't get it until it's too late or who just don't like the messenger. And frankly, existing as a Black very vocal queer person like has made me the subject to a lot of harassment, like which is very hard.
Yeah.
But I would not trade it for anything, and I refuse again to be silent. So,
right.
Yeah.
As you should.
Things that quote like Monday I'm overrated, Tuesday on my dick. Same. Shout out to Beyonce.
It's very true. That's why it's hard sticking to like your authenticity and who you are and sticking to your message, but it's so worth it. I don't want to bring this up, but I was just talking to Eli about this. Optimus Prime. Like, Optimus Prime literally died because he was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he died for that real shit. And it was like, you know what? We're going to make you a Prime. We're going to send you back.
I was about to say he died. I thought
well, his original, like, before he was a Prime, like he died, like he was betrayed because they wasn't fucking with him. He was like all about the message, trying to push the people, trying to be positive, trying to be everything that the Transformer world needed. And then they killed him. Like they just, well, they didn't kill him. Specific character killed him. But then he rised back up. He became a Prime. And it's like, now I get to live my true authentic self. And now y'all niggas see what I was talking about. And now you want to follow the messenger.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes you're going to have those things that happen where it feels like this is the fucking end. But when you really have that following and people that are just like, you know what, like I see what he's saying, I believe in what he's saying, it, you know, you rise back up out of those ashes. So shout out to that. You know, not to bring that up, but I was watching Transformers last night, and what you just said reminded me of that. And I freaking love that. Like, I just love being able to see that happen. And I think when people, because of the way society is and because the way social media is, it's very easy to be on a follow train. It's very easy to fall into something and not really understand, especially if you don't have an understanding of who you are, what direction you should go. Yeah. So when you're consistently seeing someone that is not about that, they're always on that same mission, that same message. Eventually, even though, yeah, they dogpile you, they do all these things, you are going to have that following in the end. You're going to have that, and I hate to say the word cult, but almost like a cult following of people that really believe in it because they see what's real. Yeah. Like real will always recognize real. For sure. And staying true to yourself is just the most difficult thing to do, but it's so worth it in the end.
Yeah, I want a future where Black people don't have to die to be loved.
Hello. To freedom! How do we respond to that?
I just said to freedom.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is refreshing.
Yeah, very. This is good.
I feel seen.
You spoke about community, like how your community is kind of your piece, like how you're like push through. And I guess my own advice. Well, no, my own question to you, because I feel like with me personally, I don't feel like I have somewhat community. I feel like I don't let people in. Like I feel like with friends, I let them in to an extent, but like I don't give them a full like analyst. I mean, Chelsea could tell you, like I don't really give a full. And then like with family, I just feel like it's a lot of betrayal, so I don't really give that either. And then like radio and podcasting, it's a whole. I mean, entertainment's a shitty shit show in itself. So I just feel like in the gay community is very. So it's like, you know, and in the Black community we don't really unite unless it's like I get 5, you know, it's just a lot. So I just feel like having like, what advice would you give to me of looking like trying to, I guess, get that community to open up more to people that I feel like are trying to help me in a sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, one, thank you for sharing that. That was vulnerable. Like that's a start. And I always say, some shit is cliche, but sometimes the most cliche shit is the most true. And family is genuinely what you make it. My friends are my family. My family of origin, we be beefing. You know, who don't be beefing with their family from time to time? But my friends, they really hold me down and have my back. What I will say is vulnerability is the key. Finding people you can be safe with, who are aligned, is the key there.
Yeah.
I have a friend, actually, Anthony, shouts out to Anthony, who really like cemented this in me, because I've had friends who would give me like 50% while I was giving 80 or 50% while I was giving 100. And Anthony is somebody who gives 100. And like he was doing the same thing. And we kind of had a conversation one day where it's like, wow, we should really just like kind of pour into people who pour back. I think that's a key. But also putting yourself out there, being vulnerable. A lot of us have more extensive networks than we kind of like allow ourselves to see.
Yeah.
And there is this knee-jerk reaction to want to protect ourselves from pain. And what happens when you do that is you kind of like limit yourself in your ability to maneuver and connect with people. I like to tell people, when you think of the people who have harmed you, first off, just as harmful as relationships can be, they can be just as healing, if not more. But when you allow people who have hurt you and harmed you to limit how you connect to other people, how you put yourself out there to connect with other people, how you reach across and reach out to people who have shown you love, who you want to show love to, like you are giving power to people who have harmed you. And I don't like to live my life in fear. And I will never forget, it's one tweet. It's a tweet that really re-altered my brain chemistry. She said, when you look back on your life, when you're on your deathbed, do you want to say that you let that nigga play you all those times? And I know it's not just about the niggas.
Yeah.
I often think about like what I want my life to be like when I'm looking back on it, when I'm on my deathbed. Do I want to say that I live my life so afraid to reach out or across to people because people have hurt me? I've let people who have hurt me dictate how I connect to others. And that's my advice to other people. Like, really examine that. Like, what do you want your life to be like towards the end of it? Do you want your life to be dictated by fear? And it's natural to be afraid when you've been hurt. But know that there are, people who are aligned with you. I tell people all the time, you're special, but you're not that special. If you are someone who is authentic, who is full of love, who wants to give that love to other people like that exist, you just have to find them.
A word.
So refreshing.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Because these are conversations that I've been having, and trying to navigate so many things in my life. So it's like reaffirming to hear these things, because I definitely was operating out of fear for quite some time. So it's nice to just like kind of, when you take off that veil and then somebody like reaffirms that for you, it's like, oh.
We need a therapist here like every show.
Like, it's so good.
Oh, shit. Okay. So before I get into astrology, did you have any other mental health questions you wanted to ask?
No, I feel like you really answered what I was concerned about. I really wanted to know, like, how do you just basically keep yourself in line and keep yourself in check, healthy, stay in line with yourself? And you answered that. You were like, I do the work. I have a therapist. And you stick to it. And you're not a hypocrite, which I love, because I'm sure there's a lot of, mental health professionals that are living a bit of a hypocritical life right now.
Yeah.
It happens, but...
Oh, question of the night. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Question of the night. How soon when dating should you discuss mental health, trauma, depression, etc.?
You see what my problem is, and I'll admit this because I am a therapist. I'm so conditioned to like literally like going straight there. I'll do that right out the gate. Like when I first met my best friend, it's so funny. Like the first night we met, like I wound up asking him like, what's your relationship like with your mother? Like, I just needed to know because he was like giving very much so my mother ain't hugged me enough energy. I love my best friend. We joke about this all the time. But I don't know. I think it's really important to talk about this early on. And frankly, if somebody is like at a point where they don't feel super comfortable, you got to gauge it because it is based situation to situation. But if somebody isn't even in tune with their own mental health or they don't like touching the topic, I'll just normally find that we aren't like aligned.
Yeah.
So just find somebody who's in alignment with you.
I think early that was good.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a conversation you should have right away.
Yeah.
Like, I know I had that conversation with my partner, like, as soon as we started dating. We're like, okay, where you at mentally? Like, what's up?
I feel like sometimes I overshare, though. Like, I overshare, but not overshare. Does that make sense? Like, I give you what I'm comfortable talking about, but then, like, it's not as much as I could. But then it's like, I had situations where people, like, use that against me or, like bash me or something like that. So it's just like, ugh. So it gets shitty. And then I feel like I can never give it up the way I want to give it up because of like the platforms and sponsors and we're at work and shit like that. So I feel like I'm always stuck when like people like bash me or say something crazy. And it's just like, damn, like, cause then now like, I think somebody told me this. I forgot who it was. So my apologies. But if I'm arguing with somebody online, like, who I follow is going to see what I'm saying. Like, so they're going to be like, bitch, what do you like? Like, you look crazy. Because they're not going to see the person that I'm arguing with. Only their followers will see it.
Right.
So, like, now I'm giving you something. And then now they're going to be like, you're wilding. So I think it's best to sometimes just take, the high road and, not fight. Because I'm doing better.
Yeah.
I'm working on that too.
Yeah, it's tough. Because, like, they're only seeing what you're, like, you know what I'm saying? They're only seeing your standpoint. So, like, they're not seeing the other person go crazy with you, just unless they know both of you. But that's messy in itself.
Yeah. I'm a retired crash out. Yeah. I'm from the hood, y'all. I can't help I was taught some things. I'm trying to unlearn them. Still to this day.
Okay. Gotcha.
Do you fight?
I haven't fought in a while now.
Okay. I like how you answered that question.
Right. Like, in a while,
Yeah.
no. But I used to be beating bitches ass.
I mean, hey. But sometimes people need their ass beat. Like, respectfully.
Agreed. I fucking agreed.
Yeah. Like, we're not here for, like, super violence, and I'm not here for the gun violence, but sometimes a good fucking slap is what some of you bitches need.
Teaches you boundaries.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
agree more.
So, astrology. So you're an astrologist, and we have a Leo, a Cancer, and a Capricorn in here. So I would like, your analyst on each of those signs.
You promise not to kick me out?
No. I feel like, oh, wow, here we go.
Am I ready? Should I put my jacket on?
No, I actually love and hate something about every sign.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, I have a pretty balanced approach. People don't think so. Everybody's like, you always coming for my sign, but everybody thinks that because I have equal smoke for everybody.
Well, what sign do you come for the most?
Aquarius.
Ooh.
They don't fuck with me, but it's all good. It's still love. I love y'all.
Yeah, they're
very
complex.
nonchalant.
Yeah,
Just nonchalant, I feel.
I get under their skin for some reason.
they're drawn back because they don't like when you shake them because they're very
They petty.
yeah,
Lord, are they petty.
yeah, they're petty.
So you want to start with first, Cancer, Leo, or Capricorn?
So my mom's a Cancer.
Okay.
And the question I ask everyone who has a Cancer parent is how was it like raising your parent?
Ooh.
No shade. Y'all.
No, it's fine. I have a Cancer parent too. So it's
Mom
something.
or dad?
Mom, and my brother's a Cancer.
How was it raising your mom?
We raise each other. I'm gonna keep it cute. Yeah.
So I will say Cancers, they fake, y'all fake tough. Y'all love that little shell of y'all's. And frankly, the way that y'all operate, one, stop chasing fire in air signs. That's always my number one advice to Cancers.
Fire. I mean, facts.
Y'all want to be them so bad that y'all wind up, no shade.
No. I mean, I asked for you. So that's fine.
No shade. Y'all be wanting to be them so bad, y'all wind up in situations that are probably not the most apt situations to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was any good?
Yeah. I think y'all are deeply intuitive and nurturing people.
Nice.
At your core. And when you do open up, y'all are really, really good people to be around.
Nice.
Okay.
Leo?
I'm trying to find it. Okay. We square each other, Taurus and Leo square each other, meaning there's some tension there. But I will say Leos are very passionate. They are very, very passionate, people. They care about the people they love, deeply. They are probably the only people that aren't water signs that I think are, super, super deep and passionate. And y'all are a little nutty. I will say that. Every time I engage with a Leo romantically, they are nuttier than squirrel shit. It's no shade. It's no shade. Because it's all love.
But it's a good nutty. It's a good weird balance.
Like Nutella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just authentically
There's too much Nutella is overwhelming.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
In doses. It's fine.
Y'all are prone to love bombing. Not all Leos, because of course I can't diagnose all people, but Leos, I've seen it happen. And y'all are also subject to being victims of love bombing because y'all think everybody should be in love with you immediately anyway.
Oof. This is. I'm gonna.
I mean, I agree.
I
agree.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna leave it there.
I do.
So, what made you get into astrology?
Honestly, it's just been something that naturally happened. People are always like, "How did you learn so much?" And I'm just like, I don't know. Honestly, one day I just people ask me stuff, and I'm like, oh, I have an opinion. That's just me with everything. I just be yapping. But I also read books and stuff. So there's also that. I don't know. Yeah.
And what about the pros and cons of your own sign?
Oh.
And then don't forget the cap in the corner over there.
I want to spirit. I didn't want him to feel attacked.
Do you want some feedback? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Capricorns. I have a very, love-hate relationship with them. I love y'all in the sense that y'all are providers. They're very, they'll show up. I don't like that they think work is an emotion.
They do think work.
They are very public image centered. Leos and Capricorns actually share that. Y'all really care. Leos, Caps, and Pisces, they're the most public image obsessed signs, if you ask me. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And they be cheating when they're younger, child. Don't date a young
Leos
one.
or Caps?
Caps.
Oh.
My God. Cat men cheat down.
I had a cat man. He cheated. So
yeah, no shade. Me too.
Tread lightly, baby.
Shout out to Eli though. Shout out to Eli.
You got to get him at the right time.
Yeah,
I
feel like a mature cap is great.
I got him at his reform.
Yeah, I think
time.
a mature cap is great.
His partying days have finally ceased.
That's when you gotta catch him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's when they blow a bag on you too.
Now Taurus.
Well, I always tell people don't date a Taurus that hasn't gone to therapy. Yeah.
A lot of pent up.
No, I
energy.
mean that, but also like Tauruses can be very, like, I know it's a stereotype, but very possessive, very controlling if they don't like get to the root of like why they feel so averse to change and why they want everything to stay the same. We're fixed earth, so it's like very like stubborn energy. We don't like when people are like going outside of the plot that we make up in our head for them. And it's something that like if you don't go to therapy, you're not going to work on it. To my Tauruses out there, change is the only constant in life. So lean into that. Like it is constant, the change that you're experiencing. But I think Tauruses in general, like we are like the community sign. Like Aquarius are allegedly that too. I say allegedly.
Okay, so I'm gonna do rapid fire. So I'm gonna say just like most loyal, and you just the first one that comes to your mind, let me know.
Okay.
So Chelsea, why did you give me that look? Okay, the meanest.
It's different types of mean.
Okay.
Verbally, Sagittarius.
I've been saying this.
They do not hold anything back with their words.
I've been saying this.
Nice, mean, Libra.
Shadiest.
That's a good one. Shady. I would say Libra too.
Agreed. As a Libra moon, there is shade.
It's a lot of shadiness, yeah.
Okay. The most I don't want to say understood, but the most misunderstood.
You know who wants to be the most misunderstood?
Uh-oh.
Aquarius, but they're not. They're transparent. No shade.
You're really on their necks. I don't
but I think the most misunderstood sign, if I had to give it to somebody, Gemini. Geminis are often very misunderstood.
Yeah, I think they get a bad rap.
Yeah.
Some of it is deserved. No shade.
No, some of it is deserved. I have a lot of Gemini. It's a lot.
Not
I
all
get
of it though.
Yeah, it's balanced. All right. Well, I think that's a good little wrap up.
Yeah.
You have any questions about Zodiac, Chelsea, before we go to Lamarck's Corner?
Okay. If you were to speak to someone and they were like, they use a lot of their zodiac to figure out compatibility, what would you say for that? Would you say that that's something that people should actually consider when they're getting into relationships?
You can. Me personally, I'll let you know that any relationship can work out if both people communicate well enough. That's it. It doesn't really matter. All of that doesn't really matter much.
Yeah. Samesies. I feel the same way. I used to feel like I did have a small portion of my life where I was like, ooh, he that sign. I don't know about that. But then you grow to learn, like, as you said, it really is about the person, the communication. Everyone varies. We all have different charts. We all have different things about us, good and bad. So it really works out if you wanted to. Yeah.
And to the YouTube comments saying that we always talk about signs, fuck off. Like,
yeah,
this is
we're
a sign
astrology
show.
people. Yeah, we're
like,
into that.
The fuck?
Yeah. If you don't like it, then we're just not your cup of tea.
Oh, no, we need the streams. But like, but fuck off, you know? But whatever, in a respectful way. All right. So we're going to lean into Lamarck's Corner where we get juicier. Lamarck's Corner, where I answer all the questions you guys send me, advice, shade, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Lamarck's Corner. I feel like my hair looks like a bird's nest, and it's not. It's not, and I feel like the headphones is not helping.
We're gonna edit that out.
I'm gonna keep it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You know,
Okay.
it's giving bird's nest. It's the rain. It was just not. It was a rough time coming in here. All right. Question number 1. My boyfriend isn't circumcised. I don't really like going down on him. Is it wrong for me not to want to give him head unless he gets circumcised?
Yes, you do not make somebody change. Like, you accept people as they are, you move on.
Chelsea. Any?
Sister or sir, they, them, whatever you are. I don't blame you because I understand. But if that's your man, drop the neck.
I just, okay. Like, so I've dealt with someone who was circumcised in both ways. Like, it was a good experience and a bad experience. I think the really good experience that it was already, like, I didn't really have to do, he was already erect. So, like, it wasn't, you know, I didn't have to, like, peel back.
Yeah.
But
that's the problem, is peeling it back. Like, why do we have to peel back anything?
Yeah. That's where it gets.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, I'm not into that either. That's why I'm just like, I I don't know.
Shouts out to everybody.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
no,
side.
for
Shouts
sure.
out. Yeah, no.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
there's the peel back. It's just like an extra thing.
Praying
And,
for
like,
you.
hygiene is a
Yeah,
thing.
they got to make sure they get under. Okay.
So,
Praying for you.
yeah. Question number 2. Do you think that you're needy in a relationship?
Me?
I guess for all of us.
Y'all want me to go first?
Yeah, you go
You go
first.
first. You're the guest.
Baby, you know how they say like the 5 love languages?
Mhm.
I will never limit myself to 5. It's either you can meet me where I'm at and you can rise up to the occasion, or you can't.
Agreed. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm needy, but there are certain things that I'm just like, can we do this? Can we talk about this? Can we, or can we just like lay here and just be cozy?
Yeah.
I just need that energy sometimes. I don't always need you to speak. Sometimes I just need your presence. Yeah. But I wouldn't say I'm like super needy.
It depends. Like, Ariana Grande's song Needy. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's my vibe.
Okay.
So, like, listen to that and then you get your answer.
Mhm.
Next question. Does cheating always have to mean a breakup?
For me personally or overall?
For you personally.
Hell yeah, no. I will not be staying if you cheat.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. I've never, well, actually, let me say never. In my more recent things, I haven't been cheated on, but I would say it depends on the situation. I have seen people that have forgiven their partners for being, having infidelity and things work out. But then I've seen it where it's like, what are you forgiving, sis? Like, he really dogged you.
Yeah.
So I think it just varies. And it also varies on like, how does that situation play out? Like, how is that person when it happens? Is it something that was situational? Is it something that is consistent? Is it a problem with your partner? Is it a problem with you? Like, it's levels. So I think it's situational. But I don't judge people for forgiving their partners if they do decide
Same here.
to stay in a situation after, they've dealt with infidelity.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Now.
I used to be like, oh, you need to leave him, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
no,
But
I'm
now it's different.
Before I stay like a dumb, I'm not just like a dummy. Because if y'all stay, to each his own. I stayed and it still went to shit. So I'm just not doing that. The only reason I would stay if somebody cheat on me is if we're married and we got to figure this shit out and we have like a whole family. Because then I got we have kids, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if we're not married and there's no kids, I'm done. Because I feel like I'm not cheating. Why do you have what the fuck is this? So
I get it.
I'd rather you just come to me like, yo, I'm not really feeling this. Because that's what I would do before I would, since I just didn't, I don't really, and I had a really bad experience with cheaters in the past. So I'm just not my. Yeah, so no. Do you feel like it's right for someone to go to jail for a mistake or an accident, like killing someone through a car accident?
I'm an abolitionist. I don't even believe in jail for most things. You know?
Okay.
Once again, that's also situational.
Yeah.
Because things happen. You have people who have accidents because they have health issues that happen while they're, behind the wheel. You have people, and then there's situations where, it was caused by someone being irresponsible. So it really varies. I think accountability is needed in every situation, but I don't think someone's life should be thrown away for a mistake. If it's really a mistake.
I agree.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner killed somebody.
I know.
She did.
I know she did.
Also, fuck Caitlyn Jenner.
That's why I brought it up.
Just putting that out
It
there.
confuses me because it's like, how are you yeah, we don't talk about it.
All right. Last question. How are you mentally?
Oof. We up and we down over here.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dang.
We did a
I'm
shot.
sorry.
We did a shot. This
That's
is
also situational.
damn. And this comes out in 2025. So hopefully, this comes out.
We'll feel better.
Yeah. So we're gonna dive into Shahem's personal life. How is your love life? Let's start there.
Non-existent right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be existent, or you're just
Not really.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
all right? Future goals
For love?
for the new
or
year, just in general.
I want to become an author.
Mm.
Yeah. Not I want to become. I will be.
Yeah.
Nice.
I see that for you for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. Just drop it.
Yeah,
We gonna be reading.
for sure. Favorite position?
It's tied. is tied. So either missionary or from the side.
Ah,
Aside.
yeah.
Aside.
We getting a lot of missionary
We get
lately
a lot of
too.
missionary,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of our
Like
guests
you
are
can
like,
kiss, like you can
Yeah.
look each other in the eyes, spit
Yeah.
in each other mouths, like all types of stuff.
that's right.
Wait, do I have that button? Damn,
We
I don't
need
know
that.
where it went.
We need that one.
Damn. All right. I don't have the button for that one. I don't know. Somebody deleted it. It's fucked up.
Haters.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mood for the year. Like if you could put one word, like what is the word for the year for you, 2025?
That's a hard one. Resilient.
I like that. This is nice. I like this show. This is a good show.
That's
That's a good
prayers
one.
up. Yeah,
that was a
because
good
that's
one.
not easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
Yes.
And now we have triple S's. So pretty much you say what you're obsessed with right now, like your show, your song, and a shout out to anybody.
Okay. Show that I'm obsessed with. I don't watch a lot of TV. That's
It could be, I mean, any from the past, any that first comes to your mind.
I'm actually about to get a Digimon tattoo, so Digimon. I was
okay.
a big fan as a kid. So
Okay. Nice.
nostalgic for me.
Okay.
Song.
Shout out to Digimon.
Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with Balloons by Tyler the Creator
Oh,
and Doechii.
nice.
Like Doechii, that verse is like my favorite verse.
That's
ever
so
right
funny
now.
because I was listening to her album on my way here. She's
so
such a
talented.
breakout queen right now. She's also a Leo. Shout out to the Leo queens. Yeah, she's dope. And she's from Florida. So shout out to my kinfolk.
Shouts out to the Swamp Princess.
Yes.
And a shout out. Oh, I guess, is that your shout out?
No.
Okay.
Oh, my shout out.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my community. I love y'all deep. Like down and deep. No shade. Pause.
Man. Sometimes
Nah,
we get
they feel
deeper.
it. They know
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They know it.
Do we want to do triple S?
My triple S. Let's see. My song this week has been Nissan Altima by Doechii. I've just recently watched her like little mini doc that she put out about her tour. She's also performing tonight at the Apollo. But either way, I just think she's super dope. I connect a lot with her music and her Leo vibes, and I just think it's authentic as fuck. And I just love how raunchy, but like still lyrically concise and intelligent that she is. Like she doesn't just say things. Like she says things and it has so much behind it. There's no show right now, but like I told y'all, I'm just really into Transformers right now. We were watching it last night. I love them so much. Shout out to Optimus Prime. He's everything. I just want to be that true to myself always. You know, he was just so true to himself. And I think we should all follow that. Yeah.
I think show right now is Gossip Girl. We're watching Gossip Girl.
Netflix put it on.
Speaking of Gossip Girl, fucking Dan sucks. I don't like the whole family of Dan. I mean, I like Jenny, but the rest of them just suck.
It only gets worse.
It just like fuck.
It only gets worse with Dan.
Have you watched Gossip Girl?
I'm not familiar.
It's just
it's great.
just
It's a good one. It's a good time.
just song. I think TLC Waterfalls. Just really been like trying to figure out some shit, and you guys don't know, but I mean, you guys probably, if you see the trailers and stuff like that, we record this like in December, November, but it's gonna come out probably February, January. So you know, it's just trying to figure out things for 2025 and getting that stuff together and you know, reconfigure. And shout out. What do I want to shout out? Usually shout out the guests, but still shout out to you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. For real,
Shout out to
you.
you.
Took your time to come
shout out
out
to
here.
you. Yeah,
For
for
having
definitely
me.
coming and for being so, you know, dope and just being a really opening ear to everybody listening and just giving really good information and giving me advice that I needed. So I appreciate it.
And you're a calming energy.
Very.
Like you're very calm. Yeah.
I get real rowdy sometimes too.
Oh,
so
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Any last remarks that you want to say and any questions you have for us? Again, there's no pressure for the questions for us. Like it's fine.
Lean on your peoples. That's it.
Nice.
Amen.
Chelsea, any last things? Or that's that.
No, this has been great. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think I have anything else to say, especially like the topic that we were touching on. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna take it there today.
And please let people know your social media handles and where they can find you.
I'm on social media 5hahem. So that's Shahem with a 5 as an S.
Nice. Well, Shahem, thank you again for
Thank you
coming
so
to
much,
Lamark After
Sean.
Dark, and we'll see you guys next time.